I've been helping remodelers build high-performing lead generation websites for over 12 years now. In today's video, I want to break down some very clear website tips that will either make or break your success online. Hey, if you don't know me, I'm Spencer Powell, CEO at BuilderFunnel, and our agency has helped remodelers build sustainable, repeatable marketing systems that have generated well over $100 million in remodeling projects. This channel, BuilderFunnel TV, is where we share tips, strategies, tactics, things that we've used, that we've put into practice, and that have worked for us in hopes that they'll work for you as well. Now let's dive into today's topic where we're going to talk about website design and some website tips that will help you get more performance out of your website. So you've heard in probably past videos the difference between how a website looks and how it performs. So we want to talk about a little bit of both, but we're going to skew heavily towards the performance side. So the first thing we want to talk about is photos. Photos really matter in website design, and especially as it pertains to the remodeling industry. People come to your site and they want to get a sense of the quality of work you do, the type of work that you do, and one of the best ways that they can experience that and start to get a really good idea of what you do is by looking through your galleries, your project photos, those types of things. So we can't get by with iPhone photos anymore. We can't get by with just amateur photography. We really need to focus on professional photography and showcasing that on the website. So photography, don't skimp on it. All right, the next one is that content really matters. So when people come to your site, they do want to see beautiful photos and they want to look at your portfolio and all those pictures, but they also need to understand what the process looks like. They're coming into this very new. They maybe have never done a remodeling project before, and if they have, it's probably been a little while. They want to know what the process looks like, generally what to expect for pricing, different timelines for different phases. They want to know things to avoid, things to think about as they're going through this. Basically, a good way to think about it is start explaining your business to them and sharing about that. And some of that's going to happen on your website, and some of it's going to happen on your blog. But content really matters today. It's one of the best ways that you can start to connect with your audience before they ever reach out and start a sales conversation. All right, so the next one is speed and security. Speed and security are more on the technical side of a website, but they're critical. If your site loads really slow, then it's not going to rank in Google, and when people actually do click on it, they're going to be more inclined to bounce immediately or just close it before the website even pulls up. I would encourage you to think about your own browsing experience when you're looking for anything online. If you have to wait more than a second or two, you're probably out of there. And so our patience level with browsing around the web has become very low. And so we do want to keep that in mind when we're thinking about our own website. But the other piece is that if your site loads really slow, Google doesn't like that, and so they're going to ding you for that. And the reason that they do is that they also want to deliver a great experience for their searchers. That's their customer. So if somebody does a search, they want to show sites that deliver a good experience, and so we want that to be your website. The other piece that goes with that is security. And so a quick way to look at this is just go up and pull up your website and look in the upper left-hand corner by the URL, and you'll see like a little green lock on the domain or the URL. You want to make sure that you have that SSL installed so that Google knows, hey, this is a secure site. And again, this is something that they said a while back, hey, you need to have a secure site, and if you don't, we're going to ding you. So you want to have a fast loading website and a secure website. All right, let's talk about conversion. Conversion is going to be one of those things that is going to drive the most performance for you. So when we have this discussion around websites, a lot of times when we think about a website design, the focus becomes on the design. Now that is important, but the piece that often is not factored in by web designers and web companies, or even just the average business owner thinking about designing their website, is what is the call to action? And what is the call to action on every single page? What is the context of somebody doing research and landing on your home page versus your team page versus your kitchen remodeling page? Different context, and they probably want to take different actions. And so if we think through that journey that somebody is going through as they're browsing and doing research, we might want to have different conversion opportunities for each of those different pages and each of those different stages. So thinking about lead conversion as you build a site or improve your current site, that step alone could double or triple the number of people that are actually filling out forms and taking action on your website. All right, number 5, we're going to talk about SEO. SEO drives performance. So when people think about the digital landscape, social media has a lot of buzz around it, and oftentimes people jump to thinking about social media and social presence. But when we look at all the data across all of our clients, it always comes back to the website and the traffic being driven through the website as what converts the most leads and customers. And so when we think about what drives that traffic, one of the core elements is search engine optimization, or SEO. And so that piece of it often gets overlooked when a website is being either redesigned or worked on. Is, hey, let's make it look better, but then SEO kind of gets thrown out the door, or it's just not a discussion, and then you sometimes relaunch a site without, and then you kind of remove any equity that you've built up and maybe some of your page titles and your URLs for some of your internal pages. So SEO is going to be one of those pieces that should be part of every conversation as you're thinking about the website design, either improving it, redesigning it, or just adding on to your current site. All right, number 6 is responsive design. This is a quick one. You just need to have a responsive design. And what that means is that your site, when somebody loads it on an iPhone or an iPad or a laptop or a widescreen on a desktop, that it will expand and contract to fit the screen size. Now, this is something that probably most sites have built into them today, but I still see a few out there where there's maybe a separate mobile site, or when you navigate to mobile, it's just a really bad experience on a smartphone. And so we just want to make sure that we have a responsive design that is going to adapt to the screen size. Again, this is something that Google has explicitly stated. It was years ago at this point that they did, but they basically said, hey, if you don't have responsive design, we're going to ding you for that as well, and we're going to penalize those sites. So this is something that's just hey, let's check the box and make sure we have a site that is responsive. And then the next level to that question is, does it actually look good on all of those different sizes? All right. And then the final one I'm going to leave you with today is that custom is not always better. So in many cases, you think of custom as premium or tailored to your specific situation and your specific needs. Some of those elements are good. Some of those are bad. If you think about a custom website, part of what comes along with that is that it's untested. That means that you've got a brand new design, new layout, all of these different things, but maybe those aren't the best for converting leads. Maybe those aren't the best for taking a user from the home page through their journey and all the information that they want to consume as they hit your website. So just keep that in mind as something to consider, is that custom may not be the right solution. There's a good chance that you actually want to leverage some things that you know work, and then make your site unique to you. Make sure the branding is on point to you so that it is customized to you, but it's not completely custom in a sense that you're doing all the experimentation with fancy new features and new layouts and all of those types of things. So there you have it. I hope these tips help you. Again, these things have worked really, really well for us and for our clients over the years, so I wanted to pass them along in hopes that they help you with your website. As always, thanks for watching Builder Funnel TV. We'll see you next time.